It began as just another tense session in Parliament, filled with the usual exchanges, political jabs, and pointed accusations flung across the aisle by rival parties. But then, the atmosphere shifted. A former public protector rose to speak, and the chamber was instantly charged with an unspoken anticipation that something historic was about to happen. In a voice that trembled yet carried firm conviction, she delivered the sentence that would plunge Parliament into chaos. An international arrest warrant had been officially issued against President Sir Ramaphosa, and she confirmed she was in possession of the documentation. The chamber exploded. Gas echoed, shouts erupted, and disorder broke out in every corner of the House. Even ANC members who had stood loyally by Ramaphosa appeared stunned, their expressions betraying disbelief. This was not a rumor leaked to the press, nor a political trick orchestrated by the opposition. It was confirmation from a woman who once led a Chapter 9 institution, a guardian of the Constitution, a figure entrusted with one of the nation's most critical offices. According to Mkhwebane, the warrant stemmed from an international financial probe linked to the notorious failure scandal, where undeclared foreign currency was allegedly discovered hidden inside furniture at Ramaphosa's private game farm. What made the revelation even more alarming was her claim that the investigation had expanded in scope. She revealed that global financial intelligence agencies had traced the transactions to secret offshore accounts and suspicious cross-border transfers, potentially breaching several international anti-corruption and anti-money laundering treaties. This was no longer a matter confined to South African law, it was a case of international law enforcement knocking at the presidency's door. In the immediate aftermath, senior ANC leaders scrambled frantically behind the scenes. Phones rang without pause. A number of ministers exited the chamber altogether. Sources later revealed that Ramaphosa himself, who had been privately briefed shortly before the announcement, appeared visibly shaken as the news went public. Efforts to silence Mkhwebane followed swiftly, with MPs accusing her of destabilizing the country. But she refused to back down, insisting that over the past year, multiple attempts had been made to suppress the truth, intimidate investigators, and delay the issuance of the warrant. Those efforts, however, had failed, leaving her in the role of an unexpected whistleblower. Never before had an international arrest warrant been issued against a sitting South African president. The implications were enormous, casting doubt not only on the legitimacy of the administration but also on the stability of the political system as a whole. Legal experts quickly split into opposing camps. Some argued that Ramaphosa was shielded from arrest while in office unless Parliament first approved it. Others countered that international cooperation treaties superseded domestic protections in cases involving transnational corruption. Either way, the nation was plunged into a constitutional and legal crisis. Meanwhile, opposition parties seized the moment. Leaders such as Julius Malema and Helen Zille demanded Ramaphosa's immediate resignation, calling for full transparency and accountability. The Democratic Alliance pressed for an emergency parliamentary session to debate the crisis, while the EFF reportedly began organizing a mass demonstration outside Luthuli House. Yet, the turmoil extended far beyond opposition ranks. The ANC itself was thrown into deeper division. Ramaphosa's loyalists found themselves on the defensive, while factions aligned with veterans like Ace Mayeshaw and Tony Yenjini seized upon the scandal as proof that the so-called New Dawn was nothing more than a political illusion. Insiders reported that some senior ANC members were quietly exploring the possibility of recalling Ramaphosa in an attempt to contain the damage. But such a drastic move carried its own risks, threatening to trigger even greater instability just months before national elections. For a party already struggling under the weight of scandals, infighting, and dwindling public trust, this controversy could prove to be the final blow. Beyond South Africa's borders, the world had begun to pay attention. International news outlets were now covering the bombshell revelation, while diplomatic representatives were said to be in discreet talks with South African officials to confirm the claims. The disclosure made by Busisiwe was not just another headline, it marked a watershed moment in the nation's democratic journey. Whether seen as a brave act of patriotism or as reckless disruption, her revelation had set in motion a chain of events capable of permanently reshaping South Africa's political future. If you believe this story is critical, don't forget to subscribe, turn on notifications, and share your thoughts in the comments below. Do you think the warrant is authentic? Should President Ramaphosa resign, or is this merely the latest move in a ruthless political chess match? Stay tuned as we continue bringing every new twist, every leaked report, and every dramatic development from this fast unfolding saga.